Hey, what's up everyone, and welcome to another reaction video for today. That was a very weak intro. I don't know what the hell's going. Hey. I'm close to death, I'm sorry. Anyway, this is a brand new video for Atomic Heart from IGN. This is the hands-on preview, hands-on first impressions. So we're gonna get some impressions, as the title would suggest. Even though the title it says preview, but whatever. Anyway. We're gonna hear what they thought of it. Let's take a guess how many hours, because they always say like we played this many hours, and I'm Ryan McCaffrey, and I love games or whatever, you know, the classic Ryan McCaffrey. But I'm gonna say they played 4 hours. That's my guess. I think that's how much they played of Callisto Protocol, which, by the way, that preview was, let's just say, it wasn't very good. I'm pretty sure it was IGN, right? I don't want to talk shit about IGN if it wasn't, but I'm pretty sure it was IGN. I watched that, so you can watch that reaction. Anyway, preview, or you can just watch the hands-on. You don't even watch me. Anyway, let's get to it. 8 minutes, so they have a lot to say. So let's go. 3, 2, 1, play. Ryan McCaffrey, who's talking? Holy shit!
Atomic Heart wears its influences on its sleeve. It's a graphic first-person shooter packed with superpower-like abilities, and those are locked to classics of the genre BioShock and Half-Life. However, that doesn't mean it hasn't got many of its own unique ideas and surprises.
There's plenty of unique ideas.
Sleeve. And from playing a considerable amount of Mundfish's debut, there's a lot to be excited about.
Okay, all right, sounds good. How much is a lot?
Atomic Heart lulls you into familiar territory
80 hours.
off the bat, albeit in a very unfamiliar world. Its opening takes obvious cues from BioShock Infinite's masterful introduction to Columbia.
I was actually getting that vibe.
A peaceful, alternate history Soviet city.
Getting excited.
Brains at the fictional facility 3826.
Sure, my BioShock Infinite shirt.
Integrated into society and help relieve the public from everyday stresses and labor. The calm is short-lived, however, as inevitably the AI turns not so friendly and the game begins in earnest.
Oh my god, this game's gonna be good.
From there,
right?
I've jumped around to several different points in Atomic Heart to get a proper feel of what it has to offer, consistently being surprised by what came next. It's not the straight-up corridor shooter some may envisage, nor a sprawling open world full of nooks
I was expecting it to be kind of BioShock.
It's all of those things and more. The scope of Atomic Heart is impressive, as you'll make your way through its many distinct and large sci-fi complexes over the course of its 20-hour-plus campaign.
Oh, okay, that's longer than I thought.
Closest analog structurally would likely be Halo Infinite, an open world littered with mobs of enemies and linear story dungeons to dip in and out of. These dungeons are where the majority of main missions lie and comprise of learning more about the facility,
the way Halo Infinite does its open world,
and what exactly has gone wrong there. You battle through sections patrolled by rogue AI units before, more often than not, facing off against a challenging boss. Atomic Heart isn't reinventing the wheel in this regard, but definitely adds its own flair into the mix.
Greetings, comrades, and welcome to the All-Soviet Exhibition Center.
What the fuck are you babbling on about?
One of the first things that struck me about Atomic Heart is its thoroughly distinctive art style. It's a gorgeous game with lush forests, eye-catching architecture, and all manner of bonkers-looking machinery. It's noticeably vast, endlessly creative, and frankly hard to take in all at once as you drive, zipline, swim, and more often than not, run away from killer robots. These robots are each a visual delight to take in, but rarely are you ever given the opportunity to do so, as razor blades, electric pulses, and flying kicks are hurled at you with frightening regularity.
System Shock vibe too, which makes sense.
They emphasize the intelligence in AI, never shying away from a battle or afraid of showing off their varied arsenals.
Oh wait, no, you had one. Okay,
there are larger scale enemies and boss battles aplenty, both in linear story sections and in arenas across the open world. They often provide challenge and spectacle in equal measure, as they unleash one devastating attack after another while you chip away at their monstrous health bars. Atomic Heart isn't afraid to switch up its combat either, frequently flitting between frantic firefights against onrushing hordes to slower, more deliberate melee duels. It's an exciting way to keep you on your toes and a testament to the work Mundfish has done to maintain balance. First and foremost, it's a shooter and has an impressive collection of firearms to back that up.
How'd the shotgun feel?
From the relentlessly chattering AK-47 to heavyweight RPGs.
Ooh.
Then there's the more experimental end of the spectrum, reserved for guns that blast out electric bombs, to something that can only be described as a large
Dead
metal
Space.
pole that fires out whirling blades that carve up
Dead
enemies
Rising.
before returning to
That's
your
cool.
hand.
Oh, so
On
that's
the
the
whole,
thing that was
shooting
alright.
feels
I get it.
competent,
Yeah,
if not
check it.
spectacular, fitting somewhere in
okay.
between the rustic feel of Fallout and the snappier gunplay of Call of Duty. Speaking of your hand, an essential part of the Atomic Heart kit is the glove, a sci-fi piece of gear that
I
grants
love the
elemental
looting.
powers,
Oh, it's
using
so
the
good.
electrified shock to halt mechanical foes in their stride before following up with a flurry of bullets is a surefire way of causing a lethal circuit malfunction. Similarly, some of the telekinesis attacks are glorious to wield as you lift a group of enemies into the air before introducing them back to the ground with a violent thud. It's a joy to play with, and even more fun to experiment with. Freezing an enemy
glad to hear
before
this game's
shattering
not
through
a-
their brittle
not a
metal
scam.
shell with a massive axe
Not that I ever
is
thought it would
always
be.
a good time. A stellar example of
But
the hand
let me just pause real quick. That one game wasn't called The Day Before. That game, I don't like. They promised so much, and I don't even. It was supposed to come out like months ago, and I don't even think it's coming out until sometime next year now. That right there looked like something that was like, you know, like too good to be true. You know what I mean? Not that I was getting that vibe, but I wouldn't have been surprised if I heard the game itself had like a lot of issues or something like that. And they were just kind of like hiding that. But I'm so glad it's good so far.
The Hatchet Combat is one of Atomic Heart's earliest missions. You're thrown into the deep end as you're taught how to survive in the dark corridors of the facility's many underground labs. Atomic Heart is not an easy game. It's been designed first and foremost as a hardcore shooter experience.
Let's go.
Although difficulty options are available, it doesn't take many hits or kicks from a mustachioed android to take you down. Evading and knowing when to attack takes timing and an ability to learn and read your enemy. Thankfully, more powerful charged attacks are signaled by a glowing red ring moments before
I will
impact.
say, maybe it's just me. It might just be
the
the video, but there is some frame rate issues. But it might just be a video. It also comes out in like 3 months, so they got plenty of time.
Scrambling for a health kit. This patient back and forth melee combat will be familiar to anyone who has played almost any action game over the past decade, but nonetheless, it's
Love
a
that
surprise to see
weapon.
it pop up in a
You just
first-person
like launch
shooter.
it.
It's much less
So good.
forgiving or quick hitting as something like Dying Light or Far Cry, instead making each heavy swing meaningful rather than relying on a flurry of hits to get out of a sticky situation. It's
good.
almost survival horror in nature, with moments from the
Cool.
aforementioned early level
Oh,
leading into this. Its dark hallways are lit only by the occasional flicker of light, and the oppressive silence broken by the sound of smashing glass, as bloodthirsty
shotgun.
robots
Looks
practice
good.
what they're going to do with your skull. As I hesitantly made my way through,
get
I
murdered.
couldn't help but be reminded of the first time I entered Rapture, or some of Half-Life 2's scarier moments.
Dude.
Another Valve game Atomic Heart draws
That
influence
flashlight?
from is Portal. Not from any of its robot designs, but the surprising revelation
The
that
puzzle?
puzzles play such a considerable part.
Oh, a considerable part,
Tests
huh?
are puzzle boxes lasting anywhere from 15 minutes to an hour to complete. They're essentially
Whoa!
abandoned lab facilities requiring you to put combat skills through a cerebral exam. For example, use your glove's shock ability to magnetize nodes, which in turn move platforms to help you on your way. The puzzles I've tried haven't been the most challenging, but provide a welcome change of pace nonetheless, and come with the added bonus of granting valuable upgrades upon completion.
I wonder-
Weapons and abilities can be modified and upgraded throughout.
Nice.
A process
Love a good skill tree.
that's essential in taking down the many threats. Robots are controlled by a central AI that is always on the lookout for you.
We gotta go back. Sorry. I gotta see that map. Gotta see that map. Gotta see that map. Come on. Gotta see that map. There it is. Looks pretty big. I mean, you can't see the whole thing, but it looks pretty chunky. It looks like it's got a lot to it. This looks like a whole city area. Oh, I can't wait to explore this fucking bitch. All this right here. Look at this stuff. Oh my god.
That is always on the lookout for you.
See, when a world is... oh my god, an open world Bioshock game. Sorry, I just noted. That's the dream.
Ways of combating its glare include avoiding its cameras, either by disabling them or making the glove perform its best gravity gun impression to hurl objects as a distraction. Make a wrong move and you'll quickly find yourself overcome by enemies as the facility sends them out straight
Oh
from
yeah,
the
look, they
production
even
lines
look
for
like the Bioshock drones.
The more the alert level is raised. It really evokes the feeling of going up against an intelligent, aggressive global ecosystem that acts as a unit rather than occasional pockets of activity. The hours I've spent with Atomic Heart have left me yearning for more. It's an engrossing world to get lost in, with dynamic combat and inspired art and enemy design. I have a few doubts over whether the main story will deliver a tale worthy of such a stellar location, and I've seen some heavy-handed writing and performances that leave a little to be desired. Then there's the nauseating forward roll animation that had my stomach churning on more than one occasion. I can't say these gripes were ever enough to fully take away from all the exciting things I found myself engaging with along the way, though. Time will tell if Atomic Heart lives up to its lofty aspirations, but it certainly makes a very strong first impression.
Kiss.
For more on Atomic Heart, check out this boss battle gameplay or a deep dive into a history.
Check out us getting our asses destroyed by the thing from fucking Incredibles 1. Makes me very, very relieved to hear that it's at least good. It's because I was very worried. Not that anything I saw was worrying. It's just it's like seeing something really, really good over and over again from like a first-time developer for a game that's been worked on for years. We just had Scorn. Scorn just came out. That fucking game has been worked on since I first saw it back in like 2017. I think and at that point I think it was already a couple years in development. So it took so long for it to come out, and then obviously had its moment in the sun, and then everybody shit on it, and then it's gone now. I don't want that same thing to happen for Atomic Heart. I mean, if it deserves it, I guess, but I don't know. Anyway, there you go. That's it. Happy to hear it.